It's David with Black Owl Guitars and Kazoo Theory Shop. I'm here in the shop today with another episode of Guitars and Gardening, where we talk about some guitars, we talk about some gardening, and we have a big old time today. We're going to talk about some fretboards, and then we're going to pop out to the water garden. I'm going to show you some of the plants out there that we grow, and also we're going to plant something that I think you'll think is really, really cool. So let's get to it. Here at Black Owl Guitars, one of our favorite instruments to build and our most popular is a 3-string slide guitar with a license plate resonator. It makes them real personal. Sometimes people bring me license plates that mean something to them, or they bring me a license plate from the year they were born, and it just sounds great. It has that nice Delta blues sound. But learning to play the slide's not always super easy, finding your way up a neck that may not have any kind of guide at all. So we like to put in some positional markers, some fret markers like you'd see on a regular guitar. You see I've used some bullet casings for this one. And we've got these at 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, but we can put them wherever you'd like. But something else I also like to do is I like to use a wood burner and put some decorative designs down. And not only does it serve as positional markers, but it also gives your guitar a little bit of a pop, a little flair, something different. You can see I'm doing a rose vine here, and it'll look kind of cool. Add some leaves and some blooms, and it'll be a pretty neat looking guitar when we're finished. But to do that, I wanted to show you what I use. I use a wood burning tool, and you may have seen one like this. This one here, they run pretty, these can run up pretty expensive, 150, 200 bucks, and they have these interchangeable tips here and a variable heat, and you can get something really expensive like this to use, but you know what, it doesn't have to be real super expensive, or you can use something just as simple as a Walmart wood burning kit. They have these over in the craft section. They have different interchangeable tips, not quite as many, but you can get them and you can do different stuff with them. It has a simple on and off switch. I think this runs about 10 bucks at Walmart. Or you can hop over to your hobby store and they have a variable speed, kind of the same thing, or not variable speed, but variable heat. And it's got a lot of different tips. It also can be used as a soldering iron. They've got a heated knife in here, and that variable heat allows you to cool things down. Sometimes some woods burn faster than others, and using the big coal wood back here, a lot of times I can burn too quickly. I may not have the right tip that I want, but this gives you some options how to burn. And so I'm going to show you how this works, and we're going to get to burning on this fretboard. Let's see what we got. So there we have it. Fantastic Purple Heart fretboard. We got the vine growing up, and I did this with that wood burning tool. I actually used the hobby wood burning tool from the hobby store, and just so that we could add those leaves on there. It looks really cool. With some simple tools, you can make something look really nice, and when we pair it up against that red oak, it's going to look really cool, and the black walnut headstock. Very cool. And then sit that on this orange license plate, and we have a fantastic guitar. But we're going to sit the guitars aside. We're going to head out to the water garden. I'm going to show you some plants out there, and then we're going to try to plant something really super cool. Let's head that way. Hey, so we're out here at the water garden, Miss Lori's water garden. She's with us on the camera right now. Say hey, Lori.
Hey.
So one of the first things you'll see in the water garden, kind of cool, we got these MC Escher blocks, and have the lizards, the interlocking lizards, pretty cool. And it goes into this wall that I put in. This is that marine grade riprap, kind of hold everything together, kind of keep some of the raccoons and cats away and stuff like that. But if you'll come over here, you know, you can see all our pickerel rush coming up, and it has those purple blooms. And down here we have the water lilies. And I want to show you something cool. You'll see like this carpety stuff that looks like, and that's the fish food you're seeing. Look, they're real happy. Miss Lori's just fed them. But you'll see this carpety stuff, and as I pick this up, I'm going to pick a piece up. You'll see it is impressive. And this is what I like to call hogswort, but it's not hogwarts, but it's actually hornwort. And most plants, they take oxygen from the water, which can cause a problem for other plants and animals in the water. But this particular plant actually adds oxygen back to the water, which is super cool to have that. There's some other plants I'm going to show you over in this bucket that are down in here. I'm not going to try to pull out, but this is something the fish like to eat. And this is called a nacris. And you can see it's real. It kind of breaks off real easy. They snack on that. And then over here, we also had some of this in the pond. We took it out, it was kind of taken over. This is called parrot feather, and it's kind of cool. It has those little fronds. And as we go around the rest of the pond, we have some lilies around the back. And then we have the papyrus here. I guess if we need to make some paper, we can. And I'll show you something kind of funny. You got the elephant ears to the side here, and we have some hostas. But right over here, this little fella is taking root on a rock. We have a red maple tree. I'm gonna have to pull him out of there and see if we can relocate him. But a very cool little pond. It's very healthy. Lori, I think, is gonna have to get in here this weekend and pull some of this stuff out.
Yeah,
so,
it's getting crowded.
It's getting crowded. So that's the water garden, some cool stuff. But we're gonna head up here on the porch and we're gonna plant something very cool that can go next to our water garden and does really, really well next to a water feature. So let's go check it out. So I was rummaging through a closet earlier today and I ran across something. I said, I forgot I picked that up. And I had been in a store and on the clearance I had found this for 25 cents. A little mini terrarium, similar to our giant sequoia mini terrarium. This is in the shape of a little egg, and when I looked at it, I was like, what is that? And it's to grow your own carnivorous plant. How cool is that? These are sundews. Sundews actually make up the largest family of carnivorous plants. They have little tentacles you can see, kind of like this dude here, and on the end of each tentacle is a little sticky gland, and it looks like dew in the sun. That's why they're called sundews, and the insects are attracted to that what looks to be moisture, and they come over and they get on the little sticky part, and the sundew curls up and eats the insect. So I thought we might pop this open and try to plant it. Let's give it a try. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. That was challenging. Those are the most microscopic seeds I've ever seen. It probably is the most challenging thing I've ever planted. And but we had the dirt in there, and we added the water, and I used a little bit of water to get the seeds out of the package. I would probably recommend that. So use one of your tablespoons to get them out of here because they're so small. And we close this up 2 to 6 weeks. It will take to germinate in some indirect sunlight, some warm weather, and so we're going to pop this thing in the greenhouse, and hopefully we get something to sprout. So we looked at some wood burning, some fretboards. We've looked at planting some carnivorous plants. Pretty cool. We'll see what we get. This has been another episode of Guitars and Gardening, www.blackowlguitars.com. Thanks.